Hi crafty friends, I have a brand new mini album here today that I'm going to share with you. This is made with the Graphic 45 Always and Forever collection. So I'm going to go through the mini album and do a flip through, and then I will talk about the kit, the tutorial, and all the different products that are available that match this collection. Now this is perfect for a wedding mini album just in time for the upcoming wedding season, or if you already have some photos, you can go ahead and make this and just add your photos in, and it would be a beautiful gift for somebody as well. Now this album will be available for sale as well, so you can check out all the links in the description box below. This album was made as part of my mini album kit. It is an 8 3/4 by 6.5 by 2.5 inch album. It is matted to hold 60 photos, and that is not including those larger photo mats within those pocket pages. So you could probably put between 70, maybe 72 photos in this, depending on how you crop your photos. Right on the front cover here, I have a layered frame with the roses that are throughout the collection. This does have a piece of acetate here that you could actually slide a photo down in it if you would rather have a photo of, let's say, the bride and groom. You could do that. But I also have it decorated with this paper, and you can remove this if you don't like the acetate. This is a double layer of chipboard, so it's solid underneath, and then we have the outline of the rose. You could actually use inks and markers and different things to color the chipboard pieces if you want to add a little bit more of a colored look instead of that plain look, but I wanted it to be relatively plain just so that those papers stand out. I do have one of the butterflies here popped up just a little bit to give a little bit of dimension, and then one of the ephemera pieces here. On the spine, it does have a cutout spine, but you can see that pretty paper that's wrapped around the spine on the front and then extending onto the back as well. Now, I did extend my papers all the way around the cover from edge to edge, so you don't see that white border. I just liked the look of it, especially with this pink paper wrapping my spine, so I don't have any of the actual cover itself showing. It is a chipboard cover, and it is listed for sale on my website. So if you want to follow the tutorial, or if you just want to purchase the cover, it's available too. So I've got lots of different options. So don't forget to check out the description box below. Now, starting here on the front cover, I have a photo mat here, room for a full 4x6 photos. And the nice thing about this album is if you already have photos that you're going to be putting in this, you don't have to put these papers because that will take the place of the 4x6 photo. And then you actually have a lot more paper that you can make additional photo mats if you wanted to, because there is some additional space in this album. This opens up here. I've got room for a photo here, and you could place a photo here. My intention was that you could add some additional photo mats here and add just the photos on it if you choose to do so, and if you need more than those 60 plus photo spaces. This butterfly here is popped up a little bit so that you can have a little dimension if you want. These two are flat on the paper. Now, coming into page 1, I have a ribbon tie closure here. I don't have a ton of embellishments on the outside of the pages, but I do have some on those photo mats. Anything that's over top the photo mat is open for that photo to slide behind. This one as well, a photo will slide up underneath of here so that you can put a full 4x6 photo, and then you won't see the edge of the photo here whenever this is closed. And then we have room here for 2 more photos. Back behind the page is a belly band with a photo mat, and I've used one of my chipboard roses as like the tab or the pull. And then we've got a plain piece on the back, so there's room for 2 photos there. Or you could also, on these, if you prefer wallet size or smaller photos, you could put multiple photos on there as well. Now, in all of the pockets between the pages, there is a photo mat. They all look the same, so I'm not going to pull them out. They just have a strip of the design paper wrapped around it. And if you don't want this, I did not cut this in the kit. I just left it plain so you could use it for something else. This is a 6-inch by, I believe, 7.25-inch photo mat, so plenty of space for larger photos, lots of small photos, one photo journaling, whatever you would prefer to use these photo mats for. Now for back side of the page, I have a magnetic closure here. I've got room for a photo there, and then room for a photo here. Then on the center of the page, we have a flap here with a little pocket that has a small photo mat for wallet-sized photos. And then this does open up, and we've got room for 2 more photos, and we've got room for journaling there. On the front of page 2, we've got some layered ephemera pieces here for extra decoration. We've got a photo mat here with 2 photo spots. This holds those flaps closed, and we've got pieces here and here for a photo, and you could also place a photo here on this part of the page. Again, there is another photo mat between the pages, but I'm not going to pull it out. On the back side of the page, we have a magnetic closure. It opens up, which is some decorative paper there, and opens down. And then these 2 pieces open up. We've got room for smaller photos here. And then on the base of the page, we've got a belly band with a photo mat and some of the decorative paper. This is a spot that additional photo mats could be added in. So if you had more photos, you could just add some cream cardstock and your photos to include additional photos in this album. Now on the front of page 3, we have a pocket here in the front. It's actually split into 2 pockets. I've got 2 photo mats for wallet-sized photos. And then on the back of the page, we have another pocket that has a larger photo mat for 4x6 photos, and then one of those chipboard pieces for that little photo pool, and just some extra decoration. This is also going to open up, so we've got a ribbon closure down here. This flips up, and we've got a photo spread here. This piece here is over top of the photo, but the photo will slide behind it. I just love this piece, and I had to include it in here somewhere. Now there is another photo mat in that pocket between those pages. And then coming on to the back side, I have this band here. It's a closure band. I didn't use a magnet for it. I actually just made it tuck behind the card. So there is a card, and then the ephemera piece is a frame, and then I've got this piece here, but I left this piece open so that band would open or slide underneath of it. So I've got room for a photo here. You could place a photo here if you wanted to cover up the design paper. Got another photo spot here. I did put a frame here. You could tuck a small little photo into that. Photo here, photo spot here, and then a journaling card tucked right up underneath of there. Instead of having to curve that band a lot to get it in, I just lift up that main flap and then tuck it in. It's a little bit easier, and this doesn't get bent as much. Moving on to the front of page 4, I have another magnetic closure here. I've got a little tuck spot with one of the ephemera pieces, room for a photo there if you choose to put a photo, and then I have the journaling card tucked underneath of there. Then down here in the pocket, I have 2 photo mats. These are 4x5 photos. You could put a full 4x6 photo and cover up that paper as well, and then 4x6 photo spots on the back. There is also leftover ephemera that you could add some additional decorations, but I found that the pieces were so large it was kind of hard to use some of them. Now this one here, this photo mat, has a piece here on this side as well as this little piece on the right side, and then we've got that photo mat or photo spot on the back side. You don't have to put this piece if you don't want to put that piece. It will be something you have to pay attention to because it can catch on that belly band if you just pull it out, so you just have to be careful. But I liked the look of it, and I added this heart here so that it matched. Another photo mat between those pocket pages. And then for the back side for page 4, I really liked this page. I thought it was cute. I thought about putting one of the large flower pieces down here, but I decided against it. This large photo mat actually holds this page closed, so we've got room for a 4x4 photo here and 2 wallet-sized photos there. Then this flap actually flips up, and then we've got spots here. You could put 3x3 photos there, or you could just leave it with the decorative paper, and then we've got the photo spots here and here. Then on the base of the page, we have a pocket with room for 2 more photos. And you could put photos on the base of the page, but what I would probably do if I was going to use this album is just add additional photo mats and leave that decorative paper. This is set up so that these sides are open, but these sides are closed, so that this photo mat here locks that into place and it doesn't go past this, so it doesn't slide out of the album, and then those flaps don't flip around. So I really liked that idea. It's kind of similar to some other ones, but I haven't done it this way before, so I thought that was cute. And then on the back inside cover, we've got another photo mat. It's kind of the mirror image of the front cover. We've got the little chipboard rose here as the pull tab and room for photos there. And then this opens up here. We've got room for a photo here. You could place a photo here, or you could put more photo mats in that pocket so that when you opened it up, you had additional photo mats. So this is the Graphic 45 Always and Forever mini album. I have designed this as a kit. One thing I will say very quickly is, unfortunately, the way I did this piece is catching on this, so I have to be really careful when I close these pages. If I just hold that page up, it doesn't catch on it. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about how this is available. It is available as a digital tutorial where you can purchase the tutorial, and it gives you 3 different files. You have an assembly guide, a cutting list, and a cutting page map guide where you cut the pages exactly as I cut them. And then I have all the chipboard for sale. So the album cover that comes with the frame and this chipboard piece here, as well as the pieces that are the rose pieces inside. And then I also have additional chipboard, which I will go through next. And then this actually comes as a kit, but there are only a couple of them left. So if you are wanting the pre-cut kit, you will want to make sure that you jump on my website and grab those now. Once they're gone, then the only option will be the tutorial. So this is the cream cover, like the one that I used here. It has the back and front pieces, the solid spine, and then the spine cutout. It's got the frame, and then it's got the rose piece that goes on top of the frame, and these pieces are the ones that I used on my photo mats inside. So this set will be available for sale in cream, but also in white, and then also in black. So I actually am going to be using this black cover, and I'm going to take the P.S. I Love You collection, and I'm going to recreate that exact same album using the P.S. I Love You collection to see what the same exact tutorial looks like with a different paper collection. Personally, I don't always use black frames or black covers or black cardstock because I don't think it looks good with certain colors of paper. Like with this, I personally would not use it. I just think that the light colors look better, but I know a lot of people do just only use the black. So I have the black cover here if you are interested in that. It is white on the inside, so it's only black on the outside. Same thing with the cream, it's only colored on the outside. Now, in addition to my covers, I've got a whole range of chipboard. So first we've got this one here with just 2 different size roses, and then you get 6 pieces here. I've got a different rose that has some leaves on it. And so these are a little bit larger, so there's only 4 that fit on this sheet. And then I've got a smaller version of those rose corners here with 2 extra rose pieces. So you've got those. And then to match the collection, I've got some hearts. So I've got these 3 that are a little bit larger, and then these little heart flourishes. So they're a little bit smaller. And so I was able to fit 7 of them onto this sheet here. Now, these are all listed on my website in the cream color, in the white color, and in the black color. So you have lots of options for mixing and matching. Now, the nice thing about the white and even the cream is you can take markers, you can take distress inks, colored pencils, whatever you want, watercolor. I've used watercolor paints on it as well. You can color these to match the collection that you are using. So if you wanted a different color, you could just buy the white and you could make it your own. All of these pieces are going to be listed for sale. They'll be linked in the description box below. So you can check out all the chipboard, you can check out the tutorial. You've got the mini album kit as an option that's pre-cut. And then also don't forget, if you're just looking for that completely finished album itself, this album is available for sale. It is a one of a kind and it is a one item only. I will not be making additional ones. This though will not ship until May because I would like to do a comparison of my PS I Love You and this album side by side to be able to show people how the same exact tutorial looks differently with different papers. I would love to hear your thoughts on this album and the chipboard collection, so please feel free to leave me a comment below. As always, happy crafting!